beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Overthinking Understanding Podcast. I'm your host, Victoria Moore, and we are back with another episode. Not just another episode, we are back with the first episode of 2024. First episode of 2024. Let's see what I got. One more time. First episode. First episode of 2024. One more time. Just a little apple juice. I'm excited to be making this episode. for 2 reasons. I'm happy to start off 2024 working on my podcast. That feels amazing. And not having to do not anything else, not somewhere deployed or in the field. Just got done working for a long day and trying to give time back to it. Just feel good to be only focusing on my podcast. That feels great. I tell you guys all the time that I really enjoy this. I really enjoy sitting down and talking to people. I really enjoy sitting down and making this content for people to listen to. I enjoy hearing y'all feedback and, it's just dope. The second reason is 2024. Like it's 2024. Like I always say, listen to my podcast, episodes here and there. And my dad taught me, I don't even put a time on it. He taught me some time back though, a little ways back. I think he learned it from somebody that he worked with. But the guy told him my New Year starts on my birthday. Because it's when you make, your full year. So I made 28 December 18th. So that was my New Year. But it still feels amazing. And I will not act like it's not a big feat to make it from January to January. So this episode, without further ado, like I say, first episode of 2024, we just gonna talk. Like we always do, we just gonna talk. But we really just talking. This episode is Happy New Year's Do Year. That's it. Happy New Year's Do Year. This is the Do Year. What I mean by this is the Do Year, I think we advised out. I tell you, we done got advice from everybody. Not saying it's a bad thing at all, but we are advised out. And I can say we as in me, myself, the Holy Spirit, like God. Like, over here, we advised out. Like, we done received it. And I don't mean it in a way of, still don't have nothing to learn and nothing like that. It's just time to put it into effect. You know how, like, you could go around collecting, there's, like, all these quests or scavengers or freaking egg hunt or something. You got all the eggs in the basket. You loaded up. You got all the eggs put inside the basket. And it's just full. Right now, I don't see it in my basket. It's full. I just feel like it's a do year. I know, and it's just a feeling. It's I don't go off feelings, whatever. People can be people, but I just know, like, this is a do year. You have to execute. I think this is the biggest thing. Like, do it. Not even no shout out, no pun intended with Nike, but just do it. Just do it. Like, really, I think it's just time. And a lot of people, I won't say a lot, I'll say people made it very popular to be motivational speakers and, give out all this advice and all these different types of influences on social media. And you're influencing and bringing people this content. Do something with it. That's what I'm saying. This year is literally doing something with it, to be making it to. I was thinking earlier to be like a child. Well, not even a child, because I'm not too much older than them and they're not too much younger than me. But, excuse me, a baby that was born, in 2024. No, I'm sorry, a baby that was born in the 2000, they will be 24 this year. I don't know why. It just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. If you were born in 2000, you were 24 this year. Like, you're 24 this year. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why that. Well, I was even getting at that, but it blew my mind. All I'm just saying is like it's just like a do year. Like time is not waiting for nobody. We can make all the jokes, 80 babies, 70 babies, 90s babies, dead. This is literally like 2000s. Like in 6 years, these people gonna be 30. So where is gonna put the 90s babies in 6 years, and the 80s babies in 6 years? Like, time is not slowing down for nobody. We have all this knowledge and wonderful things that we have collected throughout the years. COVID broke a lot of people out of their shells. COVID broke a lot of people out of their shells. COVID made a lot of people realize, like, regardless if you do it or not, life gonna go on without you. People gonna pass, jobs gonna leave. If they feel fit or not fit, or you feel fit or not fit to do whatever, life's still gonna go by. And when it's time for life to, or if you want to go, and life comes to a halt, come to a standstill, COVID told us it's gonna do that. And then 2021, you seeing so many people with that newfound, I'm gonna do what I want to do, or what benefits me, or what's going to work for me, because I know 2020 told me that life gonna go on regardless. This job gonna go on regardless, family gonna go on regardless. And if I wanted to go and it can't go, then it's not gonna go. Whatever I do, it's not gonna go. And just going into 2022, like the same thing. People just, COVID slowed this down. A lot of, I don't know what happened. I think writer strikes was 2023, but just so much stuff that happened within these last 4 years from COVID. It was COVID-19, so really by the tail end of 2019. But now you look at 4 years removed from COVID, you have so many family members lost their lives. I say life just kind of took a standstill, and not even kind of, like it literally paused. Like you were still living, but it wasn't the same life you was living before COVID. People lost their jobs. You had people going crazy off of PPP loans. You had all types of, you had stimulus check. We collected stimulus check. The government literally just dropped money into our bank accounts. And because a lot of people needed the money, it didn't even freak them out. Like literally the government just, whoop, this is what you use on your last, or how they framed it. This is what you used on your last tax. Your taxes, boom, we dropping this money to your account from that account. It's like, what? Like, I don't know. Like I say, this is the do year. This is the do year. If life haven't showed you already, or you don't feel like life has already equipped you with the tools to be successful, I'm telling you right now, it's already there. I said that I had a conversation with one of my siblings that has counseling, right? And before I left him, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just telling you, you gotta stop worrying about people's feelings. You gotta do what make you happy. Like I'm telling you, that's what I do. I do what make me happy. You can't be sparing people's feelings." And I just looked at him and said, "I already know that. I already know that." And I don't know. It was like a peaceful wind came over my body, because it was just like I meant it. Because like I was like, I know that, and it didn't. And there's no, I'm not gonna say that it took my sibling to have cancer to come to that conclusion. But the way the conversation was going prior to, it's kind of like, yeah, when I'm in this situation, I'm already, in their words, dying. So this is how it is now. And I just feel like I've been like that for a long time. Like regardless, if we know what we're dying of, it's surely as you live, you die. And I learned a long time ago, well, being in the service, 2024, I will be in the service for a decade. And to some people, it's like they didn't, I did 20 years, but at the same time, people have did 2 years. People have not made it to 3 years. People have not made it to 6 months. So to be like, I have been in a service for a decade, is like in this almost a decade. July will be a decade. It's like what has that taught me? And one of the things it taught me is that like you got to do what make you happy, because you learn that the people that you want to be there for you, or the people that you want to guide you, or even just walk with you through certain situations, not gonna be there all the time. And it's okay. Like it's okay. Take what you have learned from these people and push forward and go on about your business. And it was like one of the people. I'll tell you, I just looked at my sibling and was like, I already know that. It's no hard feelings to nobody. It's not a. I didn't come into 2024 with a bunch of New Year's resolutions. I always say that. I get into the Bible, back to the older episodes, just going through the Bible and coming on here and talking to y'all about the scriptures that I read and what I took away from it. But one of my biggest takeaways that I always tell people, the Bible teaches me to be so reflective, so self-reflective, and understanding like what could you have done better, what could you have did better in this situation, what did you do wrong in this situation that caused the situation to be where it's at, or what could you have did better in the situation to make it better. But I just saying all that to say, like I said, start off this episode. It's a new year. It's most definitely a do year. Do what you can, do what you will, you know. And when I say that, like I said, when I say we advice out, we kind of look for somebody to tell us, you know, you want to lose some weight, eat this certain amount. We know this stuff. Go type into that. If you want to lose the weight, do it. If you toning up, just anything. Like we working out. The New Year's resolutions is always great. Only, like I always say, New Year's resolutions, you start them off at the New Year, and if you get into like, you know, January, February, the end of March, you're not where you want to be. You're like, oh well, I'm gonna start over. Hey, I'm gonna try again next year. You still got so much time left. Just do what you can. Do it where you can do it. Like right now, I'm shooting an episode 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, 1 o'clock in the morning here, freaking Central Time, and on the West Coast, we like 3 hours behind, something like that. Regardless, like get it in where you can get it in at. Like where can you make it fit at? Make it work. Make your schedule work for you. If you want to work out, and they say, well, the best working out is in the daytime, or the best working out is in the morning, and millionaires get up in the morning and do this. Do it where you could do that. There's some millionaires that have to work late nights. There's some billionaires that work late nights. It's some billionaires like, and I don't know why Jay-Z popped in my head at that moment, but dope boys, it's some late nights. It's some 24-hour days. It's some everybody else gone and they sold what they sold and you still there trying to get every customer. And like, just get it where you could fit in there. And like I said, you might not be advised out. Excuse me. You might be a person that does not take a lot of advice. And I met those people and that is cool. But I would just say, like, I feel like we advised out. And the reason that I feel like we advised out, we are at an advice overload. We have been advised and given directions and told how we supposed to do it and what our life is supposed to be lived like and what belief you're supposed to have and how you're supposed to walk and talk and the better way to do this. And you look, and like I say, I'm not saying if you looking up to somebody and you're enjoying somebody giving you some type of guidance, so you have like a mentor, I'm with that. Some water, excuse me. But I'm with that. All for it. I'm just saying, use that advice. Use that advice that they've given you. Use that advice that you, like I said, use what life has thrown at you. And not even thrown at you good, bad, or ugly. Just use it. We take in so much information and we have took in so much information. And I have yet to just see, I would just, like I said, I could only speak for myself. I have yet to just see the hit the ground running part. It's like we need that guidance. Like, oh, can I when I step here, take off running? When I step here, do I take a couple steps and walk? Like, hit the ground running. Like, do it. It's one of the things that I want to write a book. Write a book. Don't have to be a long book. I want to do a movie. Do a movie. Have you seen Tubi? Nothing against Tubi. Come sponsor. Only thing I understand the podcast. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying, like, people joke and they make fun of Tubi movies, but that's a movie that's been out for the masses to see. It's funny to people, but it's taking us something like YouTube and putting out a movie or a short film there you could go put that on television and say, oh, this look like a Tubi movie, but that movie is, those type of platforms is giving people a chance. And they doing it, and you watching it. They're doing it, and you're watching it. So it's something you want to do this year, something that you want to accomplish this year. Go out there and do it. This is the do year, 2024. Go do it. It's a do year. I'm getting out there and I'm doing it. I want to lose weight. Go do it. I want to make money. Get your mindset right to do it. Make money, keep money, attract money. Go do it. Whatever you need to believe in, to step forward and go do it. Go do it. I want to, they say your network, if your network is your network. I want to do better. Put yourself in a better situation. Surround yourself with better people. Like, I know that it's been New Year's that I went into New Year broke. I ain't been going into New Year's broke in a long time. And it's a blessing. Now, I said it like this year, okay, I got this much. I want to have this much. I done made this much. I want to go in and make this much. I want to save this much. I want to spend this much. I want to get this much down off of here. Like, do it. It's not even nothing to talk about. And like I say, I'm just coming out here talking to y'all. It ain't even like if y'all take from it, as far as, I'm not even trying to give y'all advice. I ain't trying to tell you like you have to do it. I'm just saying, do it. I just said, do it. As I really talk to myself, like, do it. There's so much stuff out here in the world and that hasn't been unlocked yet. So many, and like I said, so many actresses and rappers and moguls, freaking next doctor and great dentist, freaking next Martin Luther King stuff that ain't been introduced to the world yet. Next big organization, next big app. Do it. And one thing that I had to come to understand when I started doing stuff, just because you start in 2024 doesn't mean you're going to get your break in 2024. It depends. Like, this podcast, see that holding on my necklace? Overthinking Understanding podcast was established in 2020. 2020, I established this podcast. I have heard people saying my logo, doing my logo, or this person was saying overthinking understanding, and we overthink. It's been so much. It's been so much. And I'm looking at my podcast. I'm looking at my podcast 4 years later, and it's just like, stick with it. Podcast, show, movement, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. I'm looking at it 4 years later, and I started it in the pandemic time. I would say, like, I never been one of the people to just speaking from how I felt in the way of, I think that this is the way that it'll go. I'm looking at somebody else's situation and speaking on it, and I haven't been there. I ain't always, like, I ain't been that person. I'm that person, like, I did it. Like, I started this podcast I started this podcast in the pandemic, and it was for that reason. I had a sibling get cancer. My grandmother, what that has been heavier set my whole life, dropped down to like 135 pounds. Like, had a very serious illness. Found out in Afghanistan on a short trip over, and coming through on the way back. Like, my granny was in a bad way for a few months. Almost, like, I think it was like half a year, if not a year. But 2020 hit the ground running. And regardless if I put out, I think it said, my analytics said that I put out like 6 episodes for 2023. And it was over 481 downloads. I think 7 countries reached. Even that, like, do it. Of course, I want to quadruple 10 times that this year, being consistent. But I'm going to just do it. Like, I get on, I think at the end of 2022, going into 2023, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do more episodes. I'm going to be consistent. I had, more episodes, more downloads and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out there and be more consistent. But just do it. Do it where you can do it at. Like, I have a job where I work crazy hours. And I had this job is funny because before I came back to the regular sector of where I work, I was gone. So it went from me having an extra bag just for my podcast equipment to, okay, trying to get my mind right to shoot an episode, to not feeling it was a lot, right? And then but I was actually gone. You're in a different country or different state, you moving around, cooking, you got different stuff going on. The job that I am at now, I don't travel as much at all. Last year, I traveled one time for work, like what I used to do before I got here. Well, it's actually nothing like they should do, but I actually traveled. I had to leave where I was stationed at. And now it's just a job taking up so much of my time. Before 2023 ended, I was working 4:45 until 18:30, 1900. Made for the most part, sort of kind of made my own schedule. But so much was put on me, I had to be there. And that's, of course, 2024, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. It's not happening. But I'm saying all that to say, I could have made more consistent episodes, but it was kind of like the same hurdle. You got to get your mind right, got to get time to my significant other, my family. The whole reason that I came to where I live at now is to spend more time with my family because my family was so sick in 2020 and transitioning and getting down here, steady coming from 20. I was driving 24, 22 hours by myself. Like a couple times I had people make the trip with me, but by myself, or me and my dog. But then I had to move places, and my dog couldn't go to the new place, and my dog was down here for 8 months with my family. It was a lot going on, so that's why I say this is just a do it year. Like I look back, and I really didn't have New Year's resolutions. Even on my birthday, it was the same thing. It's something burning inside, and it's just like, do it. Like, it's lit, and it's like, do it. And it's the same thing. I don't feel like, excuse me, I don't think I'm the only person with that. And I would say, like, me looking at it just from now, I just feel like it's coming from, we have gave, the advice has been given, the lessons have been learned. You have to go and implement it. You have to do something about these lessons that have been learned and the advice that has been given. You gotta go out there and do something about it. You gotta go out there and execute it. I sit back and I watch all the time. Sometimes I get so fascinated. It's a guy that I've been trying to get on my podcast for a minute, and I'm gonna get him on here in 2024. I've been trying to get him on my podcast for a minute, but I find him fascinating because he a hood dude, older dude, got a bunch of partners locked up, got a lot of partners dead, and it's still just fascinating to see the in between. Like, I won't even say he want the affection from the street or the love from the street, but it kind of come off like he do, and it's just like, but the way he talk is like he know better. Like we speak and we speak about some of the same things, and it's like he know better, grown as man. I think he got me by 7, 8 years, but it's just funny to see like, man, we could know better and still not do better, right? And it's like, if you know better, you'll do better. It's like, that's not true. Because you could feel like you're doing better, but you're not. Because you really don't know better like what you think know better is. And my only way to explain that is to be his family still in the hood, still kind of do hood stuff to make a living. And it's like, you could die from this partner's dead. There's some dumb stuff, excuse me, from falling for the streets and all of that, but you still kind of like doing it, and you think you can make it work. And it's just fascinating to me when I see that. And even just looking at people, us as human beings, I feel like it's the same way. Like we went 2020 kind of influence. 2020 came kind of like shut that down. It's like, what are you influencing if you can't make it look like you're doing something? Like people that was good with the mouth, motivational speakers, like I say, dancing, TikTok and stuff, that stuff took off because you could do that from the house. But people who try to look like they live in a way that they not living, or they doing something, or they only influencing you to do something because they look like I'm over here at this place and I'm over here bumping shoulders with them and doing that. 2020 brought that to like almost a complete halt. It's like where the influencers at now? What they got going about now? And it brought out the people that was the speaking. And like I said, the motivational speakers, people losing their job and coming back. And I lost it all here. And 2021 came back and got it. 2022 went crazy. 2023 went crazy. And I think 2024, like if you didn't have your chance to go crazy and accomplish and realize that you have everything you need, that you done learned it, like you got it, do it 2024. What's it, the COVID year? Do it in 2024. I don't, like, just do it. And I say, like, I really just coming on here, like I said, I'm just talking to y'all. It's not even, we are an advice. I think we are advised out. Advised out. Like, it has been given, it has been received. And even, like I said, what I mean by that, I got books that I got in Audible that I haven't even started yet. Go listen to it. It's there. I'm not saying like don't take in, but you already got it. It's not no new. You don't need a new personal trainer. If the personal trainer that you had got you results and you know that you just stopped doing what you need to do, how about you do what you need to do? You don't need a new meal plan, a new if it stopped working and it wasn't because the calculation of the calories was off or, something crazy happened, it was just you not doing what you needed to do. How about you just do it? It's as simple as that. Just do it. Sometimes I learned, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to come see you, I'm going to do this. All right, okay. If you don't go see that person and you say you go see him, it's like, sucks. You ain't keeping your word. You feel bad. The person feels like you just talking. But if you just pop up, so it's, oh man, I'm happy you came to see me. There ain't no talking about it. Just go do it. Like everybody like standing on business. I hope that stays. In 2023, I get so tired of people saying they're standing on business. But hey, to each his own. If you really doing it, just do it. Don't you say it. Let the people tell you. Like, oh man, I see you standing on business. But yeah, I ain't gonna make this episode long. First episode of 2024. Like I say, this is the New Year, do year. New Year, do year. Get out there and do it. You already got everything you need to go be successful in this here lifetime, in this here place. Go and do it. That's it. I don't want to tell you, like, anybody call me, close family, need some advice, I sorry, I ain't gonna, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just do it. But I'm gonna say, I ain't got it. I'm gonna be like, just do it. What you need, do it. I don't know if I need to just do it. What you feeling like? What you thinking? What have you learned? What does this situation mirror? Is this a new situation? Is this a situation that has not happened? Are you talking to the right person? If not, hey, just do it. I need to go talk to them. I need to go do it. I want to LLC my business. I don't want to LLC my business, but I want to start. Do it. We done got enough. You start a business, LLC, start a YouTube, start a podcast, do this, do that, do it. Whatever you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You still doing it. You're doing it the way that you want to do it. Like if you tired of people getting up, you open up Instagram, this motivation out there, I do this, wake up with and if you work off of that, do that. Still do it. Do what you want to do. Work it how you need to work it to make 2024 one of the best years of your life. But I'm going to just tell you how I'm doing it. I'm just go do it. Just go do it. I'm not going to tell you I'm being more consistent, how many episodes I'm dropping a week. None of that. I'm just doing it. And coming up here, oh, I started a new gym. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. I promise you, I'm telling you right now, I can look you in the face through my camera. You already got everything that you need to do what you need to do. You already got all the equipment. Just go back and realize it. Go back through the memories. Go back. 9 times out of 10 to get what you need out of the present, it's something that you can go find in the past. Something that you can go see. Oh, this happened before. I've been through this before. All that, I don't want to be, God, toughest soldier and all that. Do it. I do it. After a storm, after a battle, all of that. Come sunshine. So I'm with it. Like, just do it. If you got to go through something to get to something, do it. But like I say, not going to make this episode long. Shout out to everybody. If you're listening to this episode, guess what? 2024, we in 2024. First episode of 2024 from the Overthinking Understanding podcast 2020. And I keep saying, 2024, 2024, however you want to say it. We done made it, like I say, new year, do year. Until next time, go out there and be genuine to yourself and kind to people. 2024, Happy New Year's, everybody. All love.